Hey, welcome back, everybody. Well, today's show is all about celebrating moms. And right now we're going to take a minute and talk about new moms, because it's so important for new moms to keep exercising. Don't give up the exercise altogether unless the doctor says otherwise. But there's a great program out there to keep you exercising, keep you fit for when that baby comes along, and really keep you nice and healthy. And here to talk about it, we have mom-to-be. This is Pam Knack. Thanks for being a brave woman to come and do this for us. And Lindy Magnuson, who's a physical therapist with Aurora Baycare. Yes. And the message is, I know for my first baby, I didn't exercise at all. I thought that was an excuse to start eating and just stop doing anything. And boy, what a mistake that was, because it was so hard getting back into shape. My second child, I exercised right up until about the time I, gave birth. So I think that's so important to keep exercising.
It really is, and studies have shown that women recover much quicker from delivery, and if they exercise during their pregnancy, the delivery doesn't tend to be as taxing, and they also tend to lose their weight much faster if they are exercising before, and in those first 6 months they work hard on getting those extra pounds off. What usually happens is that they continue to add those pounds on if they don't exercise after each baby, and then pretty soon they've got an extra 10 to 40 pounds on, depending on how many children they have.
And it just also, I think it's a mental thing too. I think it's me time, it's creating, just makes you feel good. Because I know, Pam, it's hard being pregnant, and it's like, is this baby ever going to get here? And have you been sticking with it, trying to do it?
Yeah, definitely.
And you look great, you really do. When do you do?
July 19th.
So, Lindy, soon, Mom, soon. Lindy, show us some stuff that you guys teach at the class, because I think that's very important. You don't want to start running a marathon when you're pregnant. You know what I mean? I mean, not saying that you can't, but you don't want to start a new exercise and go all out crazy. You need to be careful, correct?
Correct. The American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists actually has some guidelines that we recommend for women when they're exercising, and usually it's moderate exercise 2 to 3 times a week, at least 20 to 30 minutes at a time. But if you haven't been exercising, you need to start out a lot lower than somebody who's been exercising all along. Pam was someone who had exercised quite regularly before she got pregnant. Pam, talk a little bit about what you were doing as far as exercise goes.
Well, I ran 3 half marathons, so I would run like 4 to 5 miles every single day, try to work out the 60 minutes that I'm supposed to, and do strength training and all that stuff. And when I got pregnant, it got harder to know what was the good things and the bad things to do with exercising.
Right. Now, a lot of women, I actually ran, but a lot of women don't feel comfortable to listen to your body. But I think the message, what I was meaning to say is that, like you said, if you've never been a runner and you get pregnant and you're like, oh, I'm going to go for it, that's not the time. You know what I mean?
Correct. That's correct.
So let's talk about some of the exercises. You've got the ball here, and I know that's a great one.
One of the things that happens with pregnancy is that there are a lot of postural changes. Obviously, your abdominals get incredibly stretched when that baby continues to grow. And a lot of times those abdominal muscles actually separate under that strain. And so you can continue to do abdominal work, but you have to be a little bit more careful how you do it. Also, sit-ups, although they're not necessarily harmful, when you lie on your back after the 3rd trimester, you tend to get a little nauseated.
Yeah.
So then what do you do?
Right.
So the ball is an awesome alternative to that. And then one of the things we do in the pregnancy and fitness program that we have at Aurora Baycare is that we actually show the women how to use those abdominal muscles correctly, because a sit-up does not get the right abdominal muscles. So we show them how to do that. It helps to stabilize the spine. It helps to hold the pelvis together, helps to support the pelvic floor, helps with all of those bladder issues that hit later in life. And then it's just something that you can use for a lifetime. It's not just for pregnancy. You kind of add it into your whole program that you're doing.
That's a good idea, because I know I didn't do ab exercises when I was pregnant. I didn't think I could, so that's great to know. Strong, you can still keep that strong core.
Right. So what I want to do is just show how we check for that separation. Pam, if you want to just lie down on your back for a second. And so you just lie down on your back with your knees bent up, find your belly button, and you put 3 fingers right above, going across your belly, and then just raise your head up a little bit for me, Pam, if you could. And what you're doing is you're just checking for any gap between the 2 abdominal muscles.
Okay.
And if you have one, it's real important that you don't do sit-ups, because that tends to make that gap split a lot farther. So that bulging belly button, that's the start of it, and it's not necessarily harmful. But if it starts to widen, it's more than 2 or 3 fingers, then you have to be a lot more careful how you're moving and how you're doing your abdominal work.
So check with your doctor. You guys work with them. Really, you know,
we do.
Really, I think that's key. You know, prenatal yoga, that's a big one too.
Yeah, it really is. And what you're doing is, with the pregnancy and fitness program, what we do is teach the women how to use those muscles correctly, what kind of key muscle groups they need to really work on, and then they bring it into that prenatal exercise program so that they can do a yoga program either in a class or on a tape, and they can do a ball program or a Pilates program, but they're really cued into doing the right type of techniques with the exercises, and they can take it as far as they want to go.
Great, great. So the class, you can sign up now. You can sign up at any time.
At any point. The Pregnancy and Fitness program is actually a 3-session program that you meet one-on-one with me, and what we do is an initial fitness assessment, kind of see what your fitness goals are, make sure that if you have any particular flexibility issues or strength issues that you need to make sure are cued in when you're doing your exercise program, then you take that information to your class. So the Pregnancy and Fitness program is not a group, it's a one-on-one individual
assessment. Yeah, because everybody's different. Everybody's pregnancy is different, for
and
sure.
so what we do is twice during the initial part of the pregnancy, later if you happen to sign up later, but then always a postpartum visit too, so we can kind of say, okay, this is where you go.
Now you can get back on it and take it a little more vigorously. Well, Pam, good luck with the baby.
Thank you.
And keep exercising, okay? I know you will. She'll be running that half marathon before you know it.
Okay.
Thanks so much, ladies. And again, if you're interested in this program, it is so important to keep exercising. You can call Aurora Baycare 288-4712, 288-4712, or go to our website, fox11online.com.